Bombshell news as the director of Johnny Depp's newest film is accused of spitting on and showing aggression to what is essentially a media false accuser as the police leak this information to the media one day after the huge JD win is announced at the Cannes Film Festival. Now, apparently, she's being sued over this, and what's interesting is the background here may well explain why she would work with Johnny Depp, not listening to the media, or anyone else, because she, too, has been through something similar. And the timing of this, it is so beyond suspect, with the police waiting until JD has his biggest career announcement. Yet, his daughter is also included in Cannes as well. You and I, we're going to talk about that today. This is crazy times, too. This is crazy times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. Now, this story is a crazy one, but it explains so much about why the director of JD's newest movie has stood with him despite everything that the media, that AH's team, and everyone has tried to pull. See, the director is accused of going after the editor-in-chief of Mediapart, which is an outlet that essentially gave her family what I'm going to call the JD treatment. They decided that they were going to wreck and ruin them with allegations that ended up being later dropped. But hey, they make good headlines during a certain hashtag movement. I mean, listen to this here. So Mediapart has not published any investigative reports or exposés on the director themselves, but the site has reported extensively on specific types of allegations against her ex-husband. And you know, when that comes up, her name is going to be tied to that, plus her family. The two were married from 1992 to 1997. They have a daughter, and you know how JD's daughter was treated. You can imagine how this person, their daughter, was treated as well. Mediapart was the first French outlet to publish allegations from a Dutch actress accusing her ex-husband of, I'm going to say, ARP. I think that's the friendly way of wording that here. The case, launched in the wake of a certain Me Too movement, was later dropped. Damage done, though. Damage is always done. Allegations alone, they're treated like substantiation, and people, they always look at you as guilty no matter what happened. So the allegation is aggression, with the editor-in-chief of Mediapart saying that they were having dinner with a lawyer when the director, who had been sitting alone at another table, allegedly comes over. They're angry. They end up grabbing the editor-in-chief violently by the hair. They allegedly spit in their face, and then they rush out. Now, the police report says that the editor-in-chief was not physically harmed by the altercation, but that they were quote-unquote traumatized by the incident. Now, the thing that I really find suspect about this is, number one, the timing. I mean, we're talking about an incident that allegedly transpired February the 22nd, and yet this comes out in April. So you're talking about a month plus after all of this is filed. And according to the Hollywood Reporter, the source of this is a police report that ends up getting leaked to the French media the day after the Cannes Film Festival announcement. So you have JD's new project announced. You have positive media coming up. What happens right after it? Bam, this that ends up coming up. Not only that, but it ends up getting leaked to the media as well. See, the timing of this is so suspect because the media, they've been forced to report on not one, but two major L's involving the Depp family. I mean, you're talking about number one, JD's career. It is on the comeback. They're being forced to talk about a career that they themselves tried to ruin. And on top of that, they're forced to talk about Lily Rose Depp and the series The Idol. You know, the one starring The Weeknd, which the media, they took a major L on. I mean, you had the Rolling Stone. They went after this thing hard. They tried to smear it. They tried to call it the worst thing in the world. They quoted, quote unquote, production members behind the scenes saying, ooh, they weren't happy about this thing. This isn't what they signed up for. Yeah, the Rolling Stone, they got a lot of flack for this too, because a lot of people saw this as a continued attack on JD's family. And remember, the Rolling Stone, they were the place that first launched the attacks on JD. They continued him through trial all the way into the end. They attacked the decision. They kept going beyond, and people said, yeah, this looks like them attacking his family as well. And the media has tried again and again to take this director down too, because despite the fact that the media pays lip service to the idea that they love strong, independent-minded, empowered women, when it comes to someone saying, hey, I don't embrace the Me Too movement. And you can understand why she would say that as well. I mean, if you look at everything that has happened to her and her family, the media, they reported on that. They reported it with big flashing headlines. They didn't tell you about all of the allegations. They didn't tell you the case has been dismissed at all. Nope. They just said, hey, look at this person. They're saying these terrible things about this movement. Why don't they listen and believe? And of course, they have tried to repeatedly destroy her career because instead of standing with the mainstream media, instead of standing with and allegations, and she knows what allegations look like, she decided to hire JD. Yeah, I think that all of this explains so much about the motivations of the person that made this movie. I think it explains so much about why they would hire JD despite everything that was going on, despite the fact that people might come after them and more, because they already had people coming after them. And I want to make something very clear too. I'm in no way, shape, or form advocating anything that is alleged. Make sure you understand that. This stuff is just alleged. I mean, you could have had anything happen here. Anything whatsoever. But don't you find it a sad indictment no matter what? We do know one thing about this. The Place media part, they decided that they would report allegations. Not only report them, but quote unquote, extensively report them. When they say extensively, that means that they put your life through the ringer. They put the people around you, including your kids, through the ringer. And you know what happens? Nothing. I mean, those are the people that the police, they should be talking about, because cases end up dropped and still the damage it's done, it remains. You never get to clear your name. But anyway, I wanted to put this stuff out there because, again, I feel that the director here, the timing, everything that's been going on, I feel that they're under attack now too. Let me know what you think about this, though. And as always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Want to help out the channel? Sub, share, check out the links as well. And again, thank you. I'm going to end here thanking you again, and we will see you soon.